My friends, good afternoon and welcome to this session. This session will be on skill development. Nowadays, there is a lot of focus on development of skills. There's also feedback from the industry that desired skills, whether they are technical skills or soft skills, these skills should be developed in the students. So I'll be focusing on how we can incorporate that skill development aspect in our curriculum while designing the curriculum. Also, we keep. We provide a lot of focus on skill development depending on the type of the program. I'll be sharing my thoughts on skill development. See. First of all, what we actually mean by skill. When I say the word skill, skill means the capability to do something well. Okay, so that is what we mean by skill. Most of the time, when I say skill, I can correlate it with some body movements. My hands are moving, legs are moving, or other parts. I'm making use of body limbs and doing certain action. So, uh, that constitutes skill. But along with those, we call them as manual skills. But then there are other types of skills also which are involved, whether it is communication or thinking ability, thinking skills, communication skills, or leadership skills. So they also are part of they are also part of skills. But although we cannot call them as manual skills, but otherwise they are also skills. So when we talk about uh, technical programs, when we talk about our labs, our workshops, because our students spend a lot of time in the labs performing practicals. We also take them to workshops and they prepare jobs, different types of jobs in the workshops. So what type of skills are expected from them? What is the feedback of the industry as far as skills are concerned? So I have listed down certain skills which the industry expects from our students. So one type of skill is I call them as testing skill. Testing skill, ability to test a material, whether you are checking the hardness of a material, or you are checking the strength of a material. So all that is testing of the material. Similarly, in the field of civil engineering, you are checking a brake, or you are checking the strength of a block. So all that is testing. So one type of skill that the industry expects from our student is testing skill. Then diagnostic skill, fault diagnostic skill. That means if there is any fault in a system, or in a subsystem, in any machine instrument. So our students should have the capability to identify that what is the reason for this fault. They should be able to diagnose that there is certain fault in the system, in the machine. Then another type of skill expected is repair and maintenance, ability to repair a thing. Okay, if something is not working, they should be able to repair. That again is a skill. Operating, ability to operate a machine, or ability to operate a machine, maybe CNC machine, maybe a conventional machine. I talk about a lathe, I talk about a drilling machine. So any type of, depending on the branch to which the student belongs. If the student is from mechanical side, then all the machines related to mechanical field. If the person is from electrical field, then you can talk about motors, generators. So but they should be able to operate different type of machine. Then problem solving skills, again, very ability to solve a problem. And then presentation, make presentation every time. Most of the time, when we analyze what type of activities our students are doing, so one of their activities is to make presentation. So I mean, our students should be trained enough that they are able to make presentation, and ability to communicate effectively, communication skills, again, very very important, my friends. We organize separate training program on communication skills. Sometime back, I organized a program. It was of around 8 weeks duration, and there were some participants from abroad, from Mongolia, teachers from Mongolia, and we organized a training program for them in the field of communication. Communication is one field, my friend. Communication skills, one area which is very very important. And sometimes we have a thinking that there's nothing to learn as far as communication is concerned, and communication will come automatically. I mean, once a child grows, automatically they will learn how to talk, how to say a few things, and how to read. Uh, but it is not like that. Communication is a vast field, and we all, I mean, after so much uh, teaching, I am of the opinion that communication is one area where there is a lot of scope to learn. You talk about any problem at national level or international level. It may be some political problem, or some other problem, and our maybe our relationships with other countries, or some state disputes. You will see that the root cause of the problem is communication. That effective communication was not there, or miscommunication was there, and that is why the problems were flared up, and now it is difficult to solve those problems. So my friends, communication, again, a very very important area. And whenever you get a chance to attend any program related to communication, do attend that program. You are definitely going to learn a lot of things from communication. So these are the skills, my friend, which the industry expects from our students: testing, diagnostic skills, repair and maintenance, or ability to operate a machine, problem solving, presentation, and communication. Now, how to develop those skills? Okay, I will come to that. Now, how much content I am putting in my curriculum as far as skills are concerned? Okay, we talk about theory and practicals. So, in percentage terms, how much portion I am covering in my curriculum? So that will depend on the type of the curriculum. So, for a technical program, if it is at a certificate level, or it is at a degree level or diploma level, or even I can go beyond that on PG level or PhD level, post diploma level. I can talk about any program. But broadly speaking, I'm talking about three types of program: certificate level program, diploma level, and degree level. So what is the skill content? If I talk about a certificate level program, we when we design the curriculum, we keep around 85% portion is skill oriented, and the rest around 20% portion is the theory oriented or knowledge based. If I talk about a diploma level program, minimum 50% portion of the curriculum is the skill oriented, and the rest 50% is knowledge based or theory based. And if we are asked to develop a degree level program, then my friends, I mean, if I segregate it in terms of theory and practical, around 25%, 20, say I will say 20% is the skill part, and the rest around 80% is the knowledge part. So you will see that at a certificate level, a lot of focus on skill development, especially the manual skill. And as we move up diploma level, the skill content is comparatively less. And then if you go to degree level, again, more emphasis on the knowledge part. Why a particular thing is happening, how a particular thing is happening. So mainly the main focus is on the knowledge part. Okay, then my friends, yesterday we focused on these three areas that whenever we are teaching, we actually are our goal is to impart information. We have to train our students, and these are the three areas in which we are training. Either we are providing them knowledge, and that domain is called cognitive domain. Uh, or we are developing skill. They are doing certain thing, they are doing certain action, they are supposed to do certain action, skill, development of skill, and that area is called psychomotor domain. And the third area is called about the attitude of the student, behavior of the student, feeling of the student, and that area is called affective domain. So I talked about these basic areas yesterday. And we also discussed the Bloom taxonomy yesterday. There are various levels of knowledge. We covered the cognitive domain yesterday. And there, as I told you, that there are various levels where we start from remembering, and then slowly and steadily we move up that pyramid, and we go right up to creating. So that was the cognitive domain. Okay. And today, my friends, we are talking about skill development, and that means we are talking about the psychomotor domain. We are talking about psychomotor domain because psychomotor domain deals with skill development. So psychomotor domain also, my friend, there are different levels of skills. There are different levels of skill. As Bloom talked about various levels in the knowledge domain, in the cognitive domain, and psychomotor domain also I will cover today just now, and share with you what are different levels. Okay. Many people mm, um, talked about this psychomotor domain, and there are a couple of researchers who classified, there are a number of educationists who classified various levels in psychomotor domain. I will talk about one educationist, that is Dave. So Dave classified the psychomotor domain, and gave various levels of skill. And again, let me share with you, psychomotor domain means it deals with skill development. And see, when I am performing certain skill, then what is the psychology? Why I am writing psychomotor? Because when I'm performing, I'm doing certain thing manually. I'm performing with my hands, with my legs. Then my brain should also be working. I mean, if hands and legs are moving, but without involvement of brain, so you can imagine what is going to happen. So all those movements of my limbs, they have to be controlled by the brain. That is why, my friends, we call it as psychomotor. What is the psychology? What is the psychology behind my action? What is the psychology behind my movement? That is why I call it as psychomotor. I mean, brain, mainly my body movements, but along with that brain. So that is psychomotor domain. Okay. So my friends, this taxonomy, like I told you yesterday, the cognitive domain, that taxonomy was given by Bloom, and psychomotor domain, the skill area, various levels, that taxonomy was given related to psychomotor domain by Dave, R.H. Dave, in 1970. And this is very interesting. Okay, so I will ask all my friends to please just focus on all these things. It's going to be very interesting, and you're going to learn a lot of things from this one. And at the same time, whatever you learn, you can really apply it in your day-to-day work, in your classroom teaching also, and development of skill amongst the students. So please focus on what we are going to cover today. Very interesting also. So R.H. Dave, an educationist in 1970, he classified various levels of skill, psychomotor domain, in psychomotor domain. So let us see. Again, I will make a pyramid like we had a pyramid yesterday on Bloom taxonomy. So will be constructing a pyramid, and we'll see how we move as far as skills are concerned. Okay, so the first level of skill, we call it as imitation. Imitation. So what is imitation? I think imitation, you all of you know what is imitation. That means to copy. So you copy, if our student is copying the performance of other, so that is one type of level, and we call it as imitation. Okay. So maybe some small skills. I mean, if I am raising my hand, and the other person is also seeing me, watching me, and he is also raising the hand, then that is imitation. If I am moving my leg, and in the same way the other person is also moving his leg, so that is imitation. I mean, see, my friend, you must have heard, or you must have got this information. So many people, so many students, they learn about dancing watching the video. Okay, they learn the dance steps. So what is that? That is simply imitation. They watch that video, how that other person is performing, how that other person is dancing, and in the same way, and they start practicing those steps, and with the passage of time, and they develop a fair degree of skill in dancing. So, but that again, that is simply imitation. Similarly, my friends, you talk about yoga. है ना? So you can learn yoga. You see some other person performing yogic exercises, है ना? And you also perform in the same way. So, and with the passage of time, you develop that skill. But that my friend is the lowest level of skill, imitation. Okay. In our labs also, students imitate the teacher. The teacher will demonstrate certain thing, and then the teacher will ask the student to perform in the same way, and the students perform. So that is imitation. Okay, so this is the first level. So what is imitation? The learner repeats an act that has been demonstrated. It includes trial and error. So sometime while imitating, the student, the learner may not do it in the right way. So there may be an error in the performance, but then the student repeats, practices again performs, and until the student is able to perform in the right way. So there may be some error, trial and error, until the correct response is achieved. So here, the most important thing is observing. The student is observing the performance of some other person, observing the performance of the teacher, and then based on that performing. So that is imitation. You can use certain action verbs when you expect that the student should be able to imitate. If the student is able to copy, begin, or student is able to duplicate, student is able to follow the instruction of the teacher or other person, mimics, practices, reproduces, responds, repeat the action. So that is imitation. That is imitation. Just copying the performance, just watching the performance of some other person and copying it, mimic it. So that is imitation. Okay. Now come to the next level. Next level is manipulation. Next level is manipulation. So this skill level is higher than imitation. Now, what is manipulation? What is this level? Manipulation. Manipulation is performing certain action by following the instruction and practicing. So how it is different from imitation? Imitation also, the student is copying certain thing, mimicking certain thing. Here also, in manipulation also, the student is performing certain action. But here the difference is, in imitation, the student was actually watching the performance of other. I mean, the other person is in front of him, either through the video or directly physically, that the other person is there. So you are watching the performance of other person and then you are copying. So that is imitation. Whereas in manipulation, the teacher or the other person, he or she is not going to perform. He or the teacher will just instruct, and you are performing. That is manipulation. For example, if the teacher is saying you jump, and then you are jumping, he's not actually jumping in front of you, he's saying jump and you are jumping. If the teacher is saying you perform a somersault, and you are actually performing a somersault, so he's just instructing you jump, you twist, you turn, you stop, you run. So the teacher is just instructing you, and you are following the instruction by actually performing. You are okay. So that is manipulation. If the teacher is asking you to stand up, you are standing. If the is asking to sit down or perform certain action, so you are performing. So that is manipulation. So performing by following verbal instructions, basically verbal instruction, or the teacher is giving you certain hint, certain through some symbols, through, I mean, here the teacher is giving certain hint, giving certain instruction, verbally or non-verbally, and you are performing. That is manipulation. And see the verbs which are being used: build, follow, execute, complete. So if you are performing these action verbs, you are at manipulation level. Manipulation. Okay. So this is the second level as per RH Dave. We are talking about psychomotor domain, the skill level. Okay, then coming to the third level. Third level is precision. Precision. So what is the precision? Again, a very, very important level. What is precision? Precision is when you bring refinement in your performance. Okay, precise movement. See, when you first start dancing, okay, just imagine you want to learn dancing, and see, after maybe after 1 hour, after 2 hours, after 1 day, see your steps, they may not be that steady. Okay, although you have learned dancing, but still you need improvement. And you continuously keep on practicing, practicing the same step again and again and again, and see what will be your performance level after 1 week. Same steps again you are performing, what will be your performance after 1 month. So there will be, I mean, your performance will become much more refined. It will be much pleasing to see your performance, so your performance becomes more exact. Not so much errors initially. While imitating, while manipulating, you were performing certain errors, but in precision you are not performing any error. You're not doing any error. So this is precision. Your performance becomes more improved performance, more exact performance. That is precision. And what are the action verbs? See here: achieve, accomplish, when you excel, when you master something. So that is precision. That is precision. Okay. So my friends, we have covered till now imitation, manipulation, precision, and then we come to the next skill level, that is articulation. 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 What is articulation? Again, a very important skill level. We are moving up the ladder. We are reaching higher levels of skill. So articulation is another one level, one skill level. What is articulation? When there is a coordination of series of action, when you are performing number of actions together, that is articulation. And all those actions, they have got a lot of harmony, lot of consistency amongst them. That is articulation. See, let us take an example. Maybe what example I can give? You talk about driving. See, driving is a skill, but in driving, you are not performing one action. You are performing number of actions. Maybe we are not able to appreciate this thing. We think, okay, driving, simple skill. No, driving is a combination of sub skill. Why? Because see, steering is one skill. You are moving your hands right way, left way, rotating the wheel. So rotating the steering wheel. So that is one type of skill. At the same time, my friends, you are applying the brake. You are applying the brake. You are accelerating your vehicle, and sometimes you are also changing the gear, making use of the clutch. So that involves lot of leg movement, foot movement. So that is another type of skill. Applying the brake, accelerating the vehicle, changing the gear. And then another type of skill is, my friend, you are watching what is there in front of the vehicle. So eyes, you are observing. So eye movement is again not only watching in front of the vehicle, what is coming from the behind, what is there sideways. So all the entire all your eyes are moving continuously. And my friends, these three things, your hand movement, your leg movement, your eye movement, all of them are in harmony. They are not separate. All of them have to have certain coordination, and then that is perfect driving. You know where you have to apply the brake, you know where you have to accelerate, you know where you have to turn more steering towards left side or right side, or you have to give some signal to some other vehicles. So articulation. So this is articulation, driving, because it consists of number of skills, and there has to be coordination amongst those skills. So that is articulation. Is it clear, all my friends? Is it clear? Articulation. Anyone? Okay. And what are the verbs which are being used when you are this at this level? When you are able to adapt, alter, when you are able to change, when you are able to rearrange, reorganize, revise, customize, demonstrate. So if you are able to perform these actions, then you are at articulation. And then, my friend, the topmost level, we complete our pyramid. The topmost level is naturalization. Naturalization. So when some action, you are performing certain action, and that comes naturally to you. I mean, to the other person, it seems that you are not really making an effort because it comes so naturally to you. Then you are at this level, naturalization. So see the gymnast performing at the in the Olympic Games. See them performing on the floor exercise. See them performing on the beam bar, or those that horizontal bar. And see, otherwise you need to make a lot of, if we have to perform it, well, I mean, we will not be able to do those things. But if we are watching them on TV, all those things, they come so naturally to those gymnasts. So they are at the topmost level, naturalization. I can take one more example related to naturalization. Have you seen any person who is at this level, topmost level, naturalization? Maybe a simple example. You talk about a typist. A typist, or someone working on the computer, working on the MS Word. So many times, my friend, you must have seen some people. You ask them to type certain thing, and maybe you are sitting with them, and you are speaking certain thing, and they are just typing. So what happens is, as and when you start speaking, they are typing. Sometime you will see that the typist is not actually watching the screen. The typist is not watching the keyboard, but automatically whatever you are speaking, that it is getting typed, because their finger movements are so accustomed. Their actions have become so naturalized that whatever you are speaking, and immediately they are typing without seeing the keyboard, without seeing the screen. Why they are able to perform that action? Because they have reached this topmost level. That skill comes naturally to them. Over the years, they have spent 20 years, 30 years, and now their finger movements are getting accustomed to that, and they have reached that topmost level. That is naturalization. So, my friends, RH Dave talked about these levels, various types of levels, as far as skill part is concerned, starting from imitation and then going right up to naturalization. We need to make efforts. It really requires a lot of time, a lot of practice to reach the topmost level. We start from the bottom, the starting level imitation, and then with slowly, steadily, with a lot of practice, we can take the students to the higher levels. So this was regarding different levels, different skill levels in the psychomotor domain. Now, naturalization level, when you reach this level, your response is automatic. Your skill that you have developed, that is automatic. You need not think. And what type of verbs you are using here? If you are able to create, you are able to develop, originate, design a movement. So that is naturalization. Okay. I will also, so these are the different levels which I talked about: imitating, manipulating, precision, articulation, and naturalization. Okay, then my friends, if we have to develop the skill in the students in our institute, what we should do? So that again is very, very important. If we know that these are different skill levels, what we should do? Our skills, we are mostly developing the skills either in the laboratories or in the workshop. In our classroom also, we can develop those skills, maybe presentation skill, communication skill, but otherwise other manual skills, we are taking the students to certain laboratories and workshops. So I have developed certain steps I have developed, which I will share with you. And these steps, if you follow these steps, my friend, I hope that some of the participants who are attending this program, they are also engaging certain practical sessions for the students. I hope that some of you are definitely involved in the task of developing skill in the students. So how we should go about this one? So just 4 to 5 steps I will share with you. The first step is identify the skill to be developed. So this is very, very important. If the students are performing certain practical, maybe it is related to titration, maybe it is related to use of vernier caliper, or maybe there's an experiment on CRO, or there's an experiment on related to Ohm's law, or experiment related to C program. Uh, uh, what type of skill is we are going to develop through that experiment? That is very, very important. The objective of going to the lab is not only performing practical, but along with that practical, there is a skill involved. Every experiment that is being performed in the institute, in the laboratory, certain skill, we are trying to develop certain skill in the student. So my friends, as a faculty member, we all must know that if the student is performing this practical, by performance of this practical, which skill is being developed in the student, whether it is related to some practical related to physics, subject of physics, or related to chemistry, or some technical subject. For uh, every practical, there is some skill getting done. So first of all, identify that skill. Identify that skill. Which skill I am developing through this experiment? This is point number one. Number two. Number two. Demonstrate that skill. Demonstrate that skill. That is number two. Demonstrate that skill to the students. So if the experiment is the experiment is the use of vernier caliper to measure the diameter of a workpiece, use of vernier caliper to measure the length of a workpiece. This is a simple experiment. Now, what is the skill to be developed through this one? Measurement. Use of vernier caliper, measurement through using a vernier caliper. That is the skill I am developing in the students. So my second step is I will show them how to measure the diameter by making use of vernier caliper. I will show them, okay, this is the way, this is how you have to handle the vernier caliper. This is how you have to fix the workpiece in the jaws of the vernier caliper. This is how you have to take the measurement and complete thing, and this is how you measure the diameter. Okay, demonstrate that skill to all the students properly. That is very, very important. Sometime, my friend, we have a bigger group of students who are actually performing the practical, and sometime when we are demonstrating, uh, all the students are not able to see you, all the students are not able to hear you. So my friends, when you are demonstrating to the students, as far as a certain skill is concerned, please make sure that all the students are able to see you, all the students are able to observe, they are able to watch you, how you are doing the action. You are moving your hand, you are moving your legs, you are handling the instrument. All they should be able to see you, demonstrate properly. So maybe you stand on certain higher platform, and then there you demonstrate. So that will be a better way to demonstrate that skill. Okay, so this is step number two. The first step was identify the skill to be developed, and the second step is demonstrate that skill to all the students. Okay, the third step is ask the student to perform. Now you have demonstrated, and they will start from the lowest level. They will imitate you. Okay, so you perform in a certain way, and after that you ask the students, okay, I have shown you how to measure, how to use the vernier caliper, and now you take the reading. You use the vernier caliper, you handle the vernier caliper, you fix the workpiece in the jaws of the vernier caliper, take the reading, observe. So ask the students to perform. This is very, very important steps. So this is the third step, ask the students to perform. Okay, and this is exactly I'm sure all of you are doing, but my friend, very, very, very systematic way of developing the skill. Please take care of all these steps, and that is how you will be able to perform that skill. The fourth step is give the feedback to the student and reinforce. This is step number 4 in developing the skill. Very, very important step. Not simply asking the student to perform. Now, this is very, very important step if you have to really perform, if you have to really develop the skill in the student. Give the feedback, whether they are performing properly, whether they are measuring the diameter of a workpiece by using a vernier caliper, whether their procedure is all right, whether it is in the same way in which you have demonstrated them. If it is all right, good. If it is not, if there is some error, tell them, okay, so you are not handling the vernier caliper properly. You have not fixed the workpiece properly. The way you are observing the reading, that is not correct. So give them feedback. Okay. And my friends, if they are observing in the right way, if they are measuring in the right way, the way you have demonstrated, then will you give any feedback? If they are not performing properly, you will say, okay, this is not right, this is the way you should read the vernier caliper, this is the way you should use the vernier caliper. But if the students are performing in the right way, in the same way in which you have performed, in which you have demonstrated, if they are performing in the right way, so is there any feedback? Yes. If they are performing in the right way, we have to inform them that they are performing in the right way. Maybe just appreciate, okay, well done, yes, that is the way we should perform, keep on performing, very well done. So that feedback again is very, very important. So if they are not performing in the right way, if they are making certain error, you give the feedback. And if they are performing in the right way, then you need to appreciate, you need to reinforce that this is the right procedure, this is the way we have to perform, we have to do it. So this is step number 4. Okay. And then, my friends, the last step is, skill will not come by doing it only once. If you are asked to make use of vernier caliper, my friend, vernier caliper, you can use it once, you can measure it, but if you really want to reach at higher levels of skill, you have to practice again and again and again. If you have to work on a lathe machine, if you have to operate a CNC machine, you have to work it again and again, practice again and again. This again is very, very friend. Sometimes the student think, yes, okay, I take one reading and now I know. The rest of the readings we will take from some other things, and our experiment is gone. No. If you have to really develop the skill amongst the student, ask them to practice again and again. Whatever time is available to them, maybe give them certain additional time, maybe during the certain Saturday, Sunday, or some other time, but ask them to practice again and again if they really have to achieve that higher level, maybe precision level, maybe articulation level. Then they need to practice again and again. Sometimes there's a feeling what the student will learn if they are practicing again and again. Maybe change one or two parameter. Say I will give you an example. Simple example, maybe drilling machine. So if the student is operating on a drilling machine, so initially, if you are asking the student to drill a hole in a workpiece which is made of mild steel, then second time, instead of mild steel, give him a different specimen, maybe aluminium. Okay. The third time, give another piece, maybe cast iron. Okay. And the fourth time, maybe you ask them to use a different type of drill. Initially, the drill was of 20 mm size. The next time, the drill can be of 25 mm size. The fourth time, you ask him to increase the speed of drilling. So that is how. All the time the student is drilling only, but then different parameters are being used, and that is how the student will become skilled in drilling. Maybe the next time you ask him to perform on a different drilling machine. You are having a number of machines with different manufacturers. So most of the time, the student is performing on one type of drilling machine. The second time, he is performing on a different drilling machine. So that is how. But the student needs to practice again and again if we really want to develop the skill in the students. So this was the session on skill development, and these are the references. Dave, as I told you, after he came out with that classification of skill in the psychomotor domain. Wrote a paper also, developing and writing behavioral objectives. And then there's another author, Harrow. He also came out with a taxonomy in the psychomotor domain. So if you get interested, you can go through this material, and definitely you can learn further in as far as the skill development, as far as the psychomotor domain is concerned. So, my friends, thank you.